This black velvet cake is one of my absolute favorites to make for spooky season, and shockingly, it doesn't require any food coloring whatsoever. Plus, it tastes like Oreos, so it's a true crowd pleaser. Let me show you how to make it. In a large bowl, I'm adding 2 cups or 265 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 2/3 cups or 340 grams of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, and 2/3 of a cup or 80 grams of black cocoa powder. This is a secret ingredient to the dark black color and the Oreo flavor. Whisk the dry ingredients together and then add 2 large eggs at room temperature, a half cup or 120 milliliters of vegetable oil, 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, and 1 cup or 240 milliliters of buttermilk at room temperature. If you don't have buttermilk on hand, there is an easy DIY version in the video description below. Mix all of these ingredients together while you bring some hot water or coffee to a boil, and then add that in and whisk until the batter is uniform. I prefer using coffee for this part because it helps amplify the chocolate flavor, but hot water works just fine. Once the batter is mixed together, pour it evenly between your prepared cake pans, either 3 6-inch pans like what I have here, or 2 8-inch pans. Then bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes. When they're baked, the layers are magically pitch black, super moist, and have the flavor profile of an Oreo cookie. To keep with the black theme of this cake, I made a few batches of my dye-free black buttercream, which also uses black cocoa powder for both color and flavor. I found that the Cocoa Trader makes the darkest possible black cocoa powder, and using this brand is the reason why I'm able to get such a dark black color for the buttercream without any added food color gel. I've got the full recipe in the video description below and a separate YouTube video that is more detailed, but you'll essentially beat 2 cups or 452 grams of unsalted butter until it's nice and creamy, then add in 5 cups or 600 grams of powdered sugar, and sift in 1 cup or 112 grams of the Cocoa Trader black cocoa powder. I ordered this brand from Amazon, but if you don't have access, you can use any brand of black cocoa powder, but the buttercream will most likely end up looking dark brown in color. You can always add in a teaspoon or 2 of black food color gel to darken the color to black if that's important to you. Next, add the rest of the ingredients: 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons of whole milk at room temperature, and a pinch of salt. Mix everything together on low speed until the frosting is combined and uniform. It may look dark brown at first, but it will deepen into this nice black color within 24 hours. Once the black velvet cake layers are cooled, I filled and stacked them with my black buttercream and then added a crumb coat. I then frosted the cake with a smooth buttercream finish and created a vintage look with different piping tips. First, I used Wilton Tip 6B for a shell border around the base of the cake, and then added another shell border on top of that one using Wilton Tip 4B. I imprinted the cake with a round cookie cutter to create a guide for myself before piping ruffle garlands with Wilton Tip 104. I piped another shell border on top of the cake using Wilton Tip 6B, then finished the look with little piped hearts, which are basically 2 overlapping shells, using Wilton Tip 32 and some black round sprinkles as accents where each ruffle garland meets. This cake is such a hit every Halloween. It's honestly one of my favorite cakes to eat because I'm a huge fan of Oreo cookies, and I love that this pitch black cake doesn't turn your mouth black because it's completely dye-free. I hope you love it as much as I do. If you want more tutorials like this one, or to learn more about cake baking and decorating, be sure to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube page so you never miss a new video from me. Check out my blog at sugarandsparrow.com for my favorite recipes, baking tips, decorating tutorials, and so much more. I also wrote a book called Anyone Can Cake, which is an all-encompassing guide on how to bake, build, and decorate perfect layer cakes. Find it wherever books are sold worldwide, and I'll also link it in the video description below. Thanks for watching.